welcome to Car Traction Now. Today we're at the Audlem Classic Car Show. Now this is a unique show as all the cars gather up here. We are in the Anglia once again. They all gather up here. Then I believe somewhere around 11 o'clock we will go on a sort of parade, so I'll make sure to film that. Then we go to a second location. So I think I'll focus on the second location as things are still arriving here. If you want to see more about the Anglia at this show, then please check out my dad's channel, All Classic Cars. He's done a little video about preparing it for this show and being at the show itself. So yeah, I'm gonna have a quick look around and then wait until we get to the parade. So we've got two Series 1 Jags in front and two Frog Eyes behind. I know I've noticed a few people sort of saying, wow, look at that. I think people like it just because it's so cute.
Frog Eyed Sprite in black, unusual to see it with that colour. Nice and neat. There's the one in powder blue, which is quite the normal colour you'd see for a Sprite. Change hands at an enormous amount of money now.
Alright then, so here we are at the second location. So I think what I'm going to do now is just film some of them coming in. It's obviously more interesting seeing them moving. Might as well use this opportunity. One XJS, XR3i, X308 or X300 Jag, Chevy Corvair, I appeared at my Capesthorne video, XK8 behind and kit cars. Here comes the XR3i. First car parked up is a Land Rover in a slightly odd colour. I remember this did follow us in, but eventually turned off, so it must have entered some other way. I can hear horns. Got another Land Rover, Series 1. Armstrong Siddeley, I believe this was here last time. I think it was 2 years ago, due to, well, I'm sure you can figure out why it wasn't on last year. Ford Pop. And here's that lovely Aston Martin that is owned by a friend. Now, a while ago on my dad's channel, he had a quick look around this car, and I think soon there'll be a more in-depth video about it, and it's got a fascinating history. I won't give too much away, so make sure to check his channel out for that. I think it's 1922. It's just beautiful. Owned by a friend. I believe it competed in the TT, some sort of TT race, and in several Grand Prix back in pre-war. Austin's something like a 10.6. Not sure if you know. Please let me know. I haven't looked in depth. Got an Elvis. Next to another Austin. Some more cars are coming in. I can see that TR7 Sprint. An obscure Scimitar, Jaguar S-Type, MGB GT, a Saab. I have to go and have a look at that. And then the Caterhams. Very original Mini coming in. Rubber bumper MGB. An earlier MGB Roadster. A Wolseley. And another MGB. More MGs. And then a Mini Clubman. Bullnose Morris Cowley. Next to some Austin 7s. Morris 8 Series 2. Now how I can tell it's a Series 2 is that it has the solid wheels. Now Series 1 would have had the spoked wheels, and if you want to see Series 1, once again check out my dad's channel. He used to have one and he done a lot of work on it, so if you want to see that then make sure to check that out. Got a lovely Sunbeam Tourer. Must be 30s or something. Then we got some real ancient oddities. I think that's a Humber. And we've got a Model T just next to it. Jaguar XK150. Got a Mini. MGBs. Got a Mercedes, something like a 190. Oh wait, no, I think that's a 500 SEC. See something coming in behind it. E-Type. Can't tell what series it is, we'll have to go and have a closer look at that. Here's that XK150, looking very nice in cream. Fantastic looking car. Lagonda. Got a Hillman Imp in red with a small trailer behind. Some sort of kit car. Marlin. And a splendid Rolls Royce. I'll have to go and have a closer look at that. This thing is absolutely massive. You had to be really close to appreciate the size. That's gorgeous. Fishtail exhaust. I think this is beautiful. MG 1880, looking very nice. Next to the Rolls. Next to the XK8s we have Daimler and a very tasty Series 1 4.2, so that'd be the straight 6 Jaguar Series Mark 1, looking very nice in blue, mint condition. Next to our very own Ford Anglia in very original condition. find videos about this original 1952 Ford Anglia E4948 on the Old Classic Car YouTube channel. Obviously you got the lovely Bakelite dashboard. What I love about this car is it's just so original. And if you want to see more about this, I did recently upload a video of a quick walk around. So if you want to see it more in depth, then please check that out. We've got the Frog Eye Sprite that followed us in next to a baby blue one, twin carbs, Triumph P6, XK120. Have to have a closer look at this. That's fantastic. Mark II Jaguar looking very nice and clean. 3.4 litre engine as indicated by the badge. I think the largest engine configuration would have been the 3.8, so that's pretty high up there with the power scale. Ford Cobra, something like a DAX replica. Silver Spirit, Rolls Royce. What a nice Wolseley. XK8. A Unos Roadster, you don't see these that often. We can get a good view of the arrivals here. A lovely old Riley VW camper van, Series 1 split window. Next to a very cute BMW Isetta bubble car. Now this will be the early one, as it only has one wheel at the back. Some of the later ones went a bit fat at the rear and had two wheels. So that's a way of identifying your BMW Isetta. Singer Vogue. What a lovely Wolseley. Accompanied by another one. Morgan rolling in, and behind is a very beautiful Humber. That's just gorgeous, that. I'll have to have a closer look at that when it's parked up. Beautiful princely saloon. I keep hearing novelty horns being blasted. MGB GT, followed by a rubber bumper MGB GT, followed by Grandad in his Morris Minor Traveller.
Is that Grandad?
Yeah. Followed by another MX-5 Mark 1. Very curvy. So this is a Belgian built Land Rover, built under license, a Minerva. Silver Spirit. And then behind that we've got a Bentley. And a VW camper van. I believe that's a Renault 21. XK8 and a Morgan.
Yeah, it's okay.
So behind this MGB and MG Midget, we get a closer view. Get out of the way. We have a closer view of some of the arrivals. So we've got an XK8 here. Chaos is happening over there, involving the Bentley, the Renault and VW. I don't think much is moving. There's a very nice Rover parked over there next to a Hillman Imp. Wolseley. And then just after that is a very rare Ginetta. And I think what's behind that has been causing all the racket with its novelty horn, the Dodge Charger. I think it's a good job they're not turning him round. I don't think he'd get around with the turning circle that I presume that has. Revolutions from the Charger next to a Mark II. Here's a close look at that very nice Rover 75 Sports Saloon. It's very nice. Then over here is where, so basically the cars come round there, go round, and then go to there where they park up. So I think I'll try and get some of them coming in here. Got a nice oily rag conditioned Saab. Morris Oxford, you don't see those very often. MG Metro. Rubber bumper MPB GT. Ford Prefect, I believe that's the 107E or something like that shape. Whoa, those two are literally the same. Two Prefects. And then you got the earlier shape Prefect, much like our Pop. Very similar colour actually. That would have been the second type of Prefect, as the first one was the E93A, which had the separate headlights. As you can see, this one, the headlights are in the wing, so that means it's a slightly later one, but it's still sort of early, mid-50s. And you got Ford Pop, Austin Allegro with some slight modifications, Triumph Stag, something like a 325i, 3 Series BMW, a very early Rover P6, 2000 TC, and another 3 Series. Triumph Dolly. Is it a Sprint? Yes it is. Got an Austin Cambridge. Another one. And another one. With some nice spotlights on the front. And yet another Cambridge. This one has to be my favourite. Just simple and grey. Then you got a Lanchester behind it. And a Mark II MX-5. I've always quite liked these Lanchesters. I remember Dad used to have one years ago, and the bonnet release was a very satisfying mechanism. LD10, MX-5, MGB, in front of a very nice Porsche 911. Looking very 80s. Just shows how much there is here. I mean, we've arrived 10 minutes ago and there's still so much flowing in. Series 2, Moggy Minor, Mini with the canvas flap, Spitfire behind it, and a Triumph Mayflower. MGA with the steel wheels, Spartan, Mitsubishi FTO, you don't see many of those. A very nice MGB GT with the spotlights. Next to it's no doubt Faster Brother with the racy covered lights. I'm a fan of those. Everything very shiny. Another slightly done up MGB GT, looking very nice. Moggy Minor convertible. And an E-Type. Is this a Series 3? I'll have to go and have a look around the back. No, I believe it's a Series 2. Triumph TR5, or is it TR4A? I'm not sure about the bump in the bonnet. If you know what that means, then please let me know. Another MG, quite an early one this time, Sea Rouge. With the spotlights. Riley RM. I've always been a fan of these. Minor 1000, and a P6. Got the Caterhams here. 2, 3, 4 of them. Very original Mini, something like a Mark II or Mark III. I have to look at the lights. That'll be Mark III, I'm sure. If you know, please let me know in the comments. This shirt is just massive. You can only appreciate its size when you're up here on the banking. It just goes on and on and on, and you can still see cars arriving in the distance. I'm not sure we're going to get them all in. There are just so many. We've got a Morris commercial lorry. A replica Boy Scouts truck. We'll definitely have to look at that, because that looks fantastic. Series 1 Land Rover with a sedan. I haven't seen one of those before. That looks pretty cool. I'll have to have a look at that. Got a Daimler behind it, and a modern truck, which I believe is the one that keeps honking its horn. I think actually this modern truck rounds off the arrivals, so I think everybody who's coming is pretty much here now, unless, of course, we've got the tractors coming in now with the field marshal. It's distinctive dub 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 dub. A Fergie just like ours, except that it has the exhaust coming out the top. International. Another Fergie with some people riding in tow. A small Ford thing, looks like a lawnmower, ride-on lawnmower, and a red. That should be green. Another very nice field marshal. I don't know what it is about these, I just think they're really cool. Another Fergie in red. And of course later they went to Massey Ferguson, and we've got two examples here, one of which doesn't have the cab, and one of which does. Another Ford cab tractor. With another Ford just behind it. Those are very clean. And an Alice Chalmers behind. That's nice. Quite like that. I think they're pretty cool. It's Alice Chalmers. Another Fergie. And then I think the bikes are next. Here's that Morris commercial with some nice writing on the side. I think that's fantastic. Next to the replica Boy Scouts truck. And then we have the sedan with a very nice fuel gauge and brass cap. You can still see things arriving. Got a Ford Pop modified with a V8, looking very Americanized. Around here we got some more nice writing. 1949. I'd say it was late 40s, mid 50s. I think it must have been about right. It's incredibly clean. This must have spent a while cleaning it, or he hardly uses it, or he just uses it very lightly. I think this is just beautiful. Possibly the second best thing I've seen at the show after that's Aston Martin. We've got a Subaru Impreza Colin McRae replica. 555. Next to a fairly recent Mini. Let's go and have a look at some of these tractors. We've got the Field Marshal, Fergie. Very shiny International, another Fergie. That little Ford thing, not sure what that is. If you know, please let me know. I love this. Nice label there. And logo. Ford Corsair Crayford, which means it's the convertible. Then we got a Jowett Bradford van. This is very cute. Sign writing. I love that. Then, very 80s 911, not with a ducktail spoiler. Here's the E493A Prefect. I think this is the Ford side of our Owners Club stand here. All Bakelite in there, very similar to the Anglia. Anglia actually, looking splendid. Here's the Ford Pop. Now this must be quite an early one, as it has the engine flap there. It's very shiny. Carmen gear, very soft shape.
I looked at it when I started it. I thought, bloody hell, I should have done this years ago.
Here's another Saab.
Don't notice the money difference.
Capri.
No, I work from
In orange. I think this colour really suits it, to be honest.
It's a lot easier because.
And here's that very nice Morris Oxford. I feel like we should see more of these, but they're actually quite rare. Consul Capri. Pillarless. MGB. Another MG. With louvers in the bonnet. Wolseley. And here are those MGBs again. Vauxhall Viva in a very nice blue. Next to a Jag and the big Charger. Another 80s 911. Here's that Moggy looking very nice. Got that Mini with the canvas flap. TR6. Here's that Mayflower. And now we're back near the Morris Commercial. Willie's Jeep. Next to a very rare Clan.
on, look at your leg room at the back. It's got a little hang on, which is one up the window or
Take cover, take cover!
So what just happened is the Avro Anson from Sleip Airfield, which is a local sort of flying club. If you want to see that, then there is a video on the channel about that. The Avro Anson from there just flew over twice over the show, which was quite a sight. Nice to see. I think I managed to film them. I'll have to check it on the computer. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty low as well. Here we have that Austin 8, very original condition. Very sweet. I think it's just really nice proportioned. Very similar to the Lanchester. I don't know if if the Lanchester was sort of based on this sort of thing. If you do, obviously, same thing applies. Please let me know in the comments. But yeah, very nice. Got the Lucas King of the Road lights. Now, what's different about this E30 3 Series is that it's a Bauer coupe. Now, I think this is a specially designed convertible, which makes it quite rare. I remember the Cape Thorne show, which I recently went to and is also uploaded onto here. There was the earlier 3 Series shape, not quite sure which E it was, which was also a Bauer. So yeah, very interesting. Lovely moggy van. Although this one is actually an Austin. One way to check if it is, you got some nice writing there, if it is indeed an Austin or anything else, is obviously the badge. But you have the grille, which is almost rippled. Now this is also seen on the earlier minis. So obviously earlier minis you had Morris and Austin Mini. So the Morris Mini just had a standard grille, and the Austin Mini would have had the slightly rippled one, you could say. And then obviously later on it went to BL, British Leyland, when all those small British companies formed together. Let's go and have a look at some of these bikes. We got BSA Golden Flash, another BSA. Even more. Got a Matchless. I've always liked Matchlesses. I think Rudges, Matchless, those sort of makes are all very good. I also like the early 20s Triumphs, BSA, Indian. There's lots of bikes here. Got a big Honda. Some more Japanese stuff. 60s, 70s. Actually getting more and more popular recently. Got a new bike. And then an old BMW. And a little Lambretta. Another bike maker that has sadly disappeared since, Francis Barnett. Very nice. Nice brass amps, little gauge, all very shiny patina. Got another aerial, Royal Enfield, another aerial. This one's gorgeous, another aerial, very 50s. It's beautiful. And we've got a very oily ragged trials type bike. I think it's a Douglas. We spoke to the owner earlier. That's beautiful, that. The proper gears. Got a BSA Trials bike. 1938 BSA 250cc side valve engine. Looking very nice. Next to yet another BSA. Here's that gorgeous Aston Martin. As I said before, this would be proper racing Grand Prix car. This has to be my favourite thing here. Owned by a friend, hopefully featuring on the Old Classic Car channel soon. What, the fishtail exhaust. Nice lights on the rear. Very patinated dashboards and seats. I think this is just a fantastic piece of kit. Proper original, no replica business here. Pretty much everything that is here, I'm pretty sure, would have been on it when it was racing. It's just gorgeous, that. A huge sub-beam tourer. Very nice seats, obviously pre-wall. It's fantastic. I think I've seen this at a couple of local shows. And the owners of this are actually dressed up in the period attire, I've noticed. It's just perfect, I think. Close look at that Humber. Been on the London to Brighton run in 2019. 8.5 horsepower, twin cylinder. I think some of this really early stuff is just mad. Got something very slightly later in the form of a Model T. Very popular. One of the best selling cars. All very simple. Very nice seats as well. Here's Walter the Wolseley 1660. Typical late 60s saloon. Looking very nice. I do like this sort of thing. Next to Mustang convertible. Apologies, this isn't actually a convertible. Just on first glance it looked like it. I think it just has a vinyl roof. Right then, so here's a closer look at that Humber that we saw earlier. Got the nice mascot. Another lovely Super Snipe badge. Big lights. Lucas, King of the Road. It's really shiny, this car. I think it's beautiful. Nice wooden dashboard in there. Nice seats. Mine all looks good. It's mint condition. It's gorgeous. I definitely have that. Just noticed this fantastic Bentley. I think this sort of thing is just proper cool. Twin SU carburetors. Massive engine. It's beautiful.
Obviously. The chap that designed the air conditioning.